This is DMG and Chimney Meow, and today we're going to be making, what are we making? A wall sconce. Okay, we're making a wall sconce. So that's those flaming things you see in movies. Somehow they're strangely lit all the time. I don't know who the hell lights them. Right, so we're going to grab some cardstock. We're going to measure 1/2 centimeter and join two lines together. You're going to need more than 5 centimeters, so I'm just making a 10 centimeter strip, cutting off excess. And that's what you're left with, one 10 by 1/2 centimeter cardboard strip. Grab a matchstick and fold it in half around the matchstick and pull it tight so that you get a bit of a curve around the matchstick edge there. And then we're just going to mark 1/2 centimeter away from that, so that that's going to be the wall section. So I'm just going to run that red line around so that it's on each side. And this is just marking off where that bend is so that we know where glue and that kind of stuff will go. I'm just marking the bend with the red there. So that's what it looks like. Now we're going to just bend along those lines. So it's going to look a little bit like an ank, onk, something like an onk. Anyway, this is what attaches the sconce to the wall. I have no idea what that's called, but someone will say in the comment section below. You can always say in the comment section. So there we go, lop off the excess on the edges and a little blob of hot glue. We don't want to actually get it in the curve piece, so we're going to stick a matchstick through there to make sure we're not gluing anything down. Wait for that to cure. Then we're going to grab a wall section. The wall section is, as you see in video 58. And then in the middle of the wall, you can judge by holding just blob of hot glue, just a bit of a line, and then push that anchor piece into the wall so that it's glued. You can just clean up the glue with the matchstick. So once you've achieved that, this is what you'll have. So now we have to actually make the sconce itself. So as you see, that is essentially what's going to happen. So now we're going to grab a 1 centimeter wide strip of cardstock, and along 3 centimeters we're going to measure every 2 millimeters. We're going to draw a line and draw a line right across. It doesn't have to be straight. This is just a rough guide, so that's what it's going to look like. That's 3 centimeters, and then divide that up into thirds right across. So I missed the end there, so I'll just do the bit of the end. Okay, so there we go. So now with the craft knife, every second row you're going to cut along the side lines. So just cut every second row. So be very careful. As you can see, I go a little bit off the lines here, but that doesn't matter. And then cut all the verticals between those, and you can start to see what happens where they start to pop out. And continue on. I've boots of speeded this a little bit so that we're not wasting too much of your time, but I'll just waste your time with talking. How about that? Cover it up with the talking, DMG. And then we just want to pop out all those little rectangles. So in the end you are left with a strip like this. Then you're going to grab a pen and just wrap it around the end of a pen or something cylindrical that's about the same size, so you can go all the way around, and we just want to get it curved, so just keep rolling it till it's kind of stays in shape. Then a blob of hot glue and connect the two ends together, and once that's cured, lop off the excess with a pair of scissors. And now we have the top of the sconce. So now we're going to grab our favorite current crafting material, a sequin, a large one. I'm going to get a large one, so this one's about 1 centimeter in diameter. Blob of hot glue on that, and then mush around the sconce top in there so that it sticks to the bottom, and there you go. And then to the base of this we're now going to add a blob of hot glue, so a small blob of hot glue, and mush it around and stick on the matchstick to the base of this sconce and hold that there until it cures. So now if we put it into the wall piece, you'll see it's a little bit too long, so we're just going to lop off half of the matchstick and pop it back in, and that's essentially what it's going to look like. So then I've black bombed it as in video 2, and then I'm just going to apply with the sponge square that you've seen before in video 4, and I'm just going to paint with that just by dabbing it on. Now what I'm going to do above the actual bracket, we're going to leave a black V. So we can assume that there's been things aligned there, so that black V, we're going to leave that there so that it simulates soot and things from the sconce going up the wall. Then the sconce itself, we're going to basically lightly dab the actual metal framework and stroke down the sponge on the handle itself, and then inside the sconce we're just going to paint pure yellow, just straight up yellow. Now if you want, you can look at the fire video that I did, and you can use some of the yellow cellophane and then do the bit of the fire technique we did on that, and you can stick that in there. And this little interesting technique is to paint the actual bracket with your finger, because then you don't have the brush strokes, so it actually looks a little bit more metallic. So just applying a little bit of white or grey paint using your finger actually sets it apart from the background. So this is like video 5 where we're doing the floor, the advanced painting technique, and just defining the edge between the wall and the floor, and just going around the edge of the brackets to define the bracket a little bit more, and if you need to define some of the texture of the wall, just dab a little bit more white paint on there. And in the end, you are left with this sconce on the wall. And of course, it's removable, so you can take it off if you wish. And there you go, nice and simple. So that's how you make a wall sconce. Now if you like this video, what do? You just look away in the like button. Do you want to get down now? Absolutely. Check out my website at thedmg.info, my Facebook page, Twitter account, email newsletter, and of course you can also support this channel financially by checking out the store on the webpage, thedmg.info. Till next time, see ya. In cat fluff.